like that for y'all? I mean, you should be fine because you're not flying to Thursday.
Cousin is fine. Shit.
Married.
Of course she is. Nigga, I would marry you too.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Drop the Tears podcast. Yeah. Drop the Tears podcast. Drop the Tears podcast. Yeah. Drop the Tears. We got Wilkins, Mr. Black, Janelle from the HR Best Squad. Every single view, no one can take guard. Vision of the crew, unstoppable in your face. All I say, we speak the truth in every single debate. Out our way, every week we bring and take the topics. The views and optics, the fans at live party, it's on and popping. No one can do it like this. The viewing party commence after crew excitement. The best show to find is Drop a Tears podcast. We hold it down, they know us now. We take the crown, Drop a Tears podcast. We hold it down, they know us now. We hold it down, Drop a Tears, Drop a Tears, Drop a Tears podcast. Drop a Tears, Drop a Tears, Drop a Tears podcast. We hold it down, they know us now.
HR. The best line in the whole song.
Of course you would say that.
He said actually all of our names.
It's
Oh,
the
man.
vibes. It's the vibes here.
If you have not seen episode 1, please make sure you turn the volume down because we're going to talk about it for 2.5 seconds today. That trash ass remix. I was so upset.
I like the remix.
That shit is trash.
All right, we can go.
All right, Jobber Nation. Welcome. What the hell? Yeah.
It's long enough, though.
It is. No, he knows that, but y'all just try to do it around me. I was like, the fuck? As I was saying, Jobber Nation, welcome to episode 17, season 4 of the Jobber Tears podcast. As always, I am Janelle from HR, here with Sir Wilkins, Mr. Black, and we have a very, very special guest with
you know
us.
the vibes.
I'm going to let him introduce himself to the crowd.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things to do is to introduce myself.
There you
For
go.
those who don't know, I am the heavy hitter, wig splitter, never quitter, big boy from Brooklyn, Tyree Taylor. You heard?
There you go.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Taylor in the building.
Pleasure to be here.
You know, he just coming off of an introduction. Flex bomb.
Blow it up.
Bad
We
flex
out here.
bombs for no reason. I wish you can you hear it? You can.
Bars, Hot 97.
Low key Funkmaster Flex style. But before we get into our opening segment, we do have some housekeeping to take care of. So as always, we have this Sunday all out viewing party hosted by Miss Faye Jackson and Tasha Steele, my sisters in wrestling. So presented by the Jobber Tears podcast. It is such a huge accomplishment, I think, on all of our parts. So thank you to Miss Ariel Monroe for accepting the invitation to come up back to Brooklyn once again, September the 28th, 2 o'clock showtime. So before you think it's going to interfere with your New Japan stuff, it's not. It's going to be an afternoon delight. And then what else are we going to do? Let's talk about Power. I'm sorry, because you played it. And
I'm about to clock out.
You can't clock out.
I don't watch Power.
Why not? What do you watch? You got to talk into the mic, too. I'm not going to keep telling you.
I don't watch TV like that.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm
pay
actually
attention.
on his boat right now.
You watch Power?
No.
What the fuck?
I've seen clips. And
Several
here and there.
things.
Yeah, right.
Did
I
you
know
watch
that.
Power?
I missed it.
I mean, I
about
watched
season
it
4.
because, yeah, but it's like I don't see what the big deal is.
See, because you're jumping into it at such a
The
pivotal
acting,
moment.
the acting is low key bad on that show.
I mean,
The acting is low key bad, and I'm not gonna say who the particular person is. There's a couple of people, but it's like two people. I was like, yo,
First of all, fuck that little kid. Tyreek.
he might be the best. He might be the best one on the show.
Because he can carry the emotion, but that does not negate that I want to beat the shit out of the little
Well,
shit.
if he got you feeling like that, he must be doing.
Now
a
he's
good
doing a
job.
great job, but it still does not mean like if he's walking the streets, he may not catch his fade.
I'm more upset with Star more than anything. They canceled Star.
Oh yeah, they did. Wasn't Brandy on that? And Queen Latifah.
All that.
I heard it was a good show. I never watched it, unfortunately. You said who's your boo?
Queen Latifah.
Yo, did you
Latifah?
see? So if you have not watched,
She looked good on that show.
if you have not watched YouTube, the VMAs, the ending of the Video Music Awards
My wife
was
was
a
there?
tribute
Oh, my
to
wife.
like Jersey.
I know,
So
yeah.
Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature, Fetty Wap.
What's that about, yeah?
It was a lot of like different people, but they were all from
I heard
Jersey.
my boo was there, yo.
Who was your boo?
Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah, she did Unity. Why?
Unity. That's my boo. She can sing that to me any day. Just
I'm pretty sure y'all play on the same team though, so I'm just gonna.
because she hasn't met me yet.
Okay.
She mad tall though, so she could like cradle me and rub my
You want to be
booty.
cradled?
Hey,
not?
sometimes guys want to be small spoon. It's
Exactly.
all good.
You want to be cradled?
It's all good. Once in a while, you know what I'm saying? But
Say
ain't
big
nothing
boy
wrong with
from
it.
Brooklyn. You
I
want
like
to
to
be
be
nothing wrong with
cradled?
it.
I like to be spooned.
Hey, don't.
You feel me?
Hey, the street's still watching.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm mad confident. Like,
You know it?
Caring.
You
I'm
know
be
it?
caring.
You know.
The bad stuff I be saying there.
Hashtag small spoon.
I'm dead.
Don't mind that. Rub my booty.
What else is going on in the
And
entertainment world?
why the girl texting me? Your secret is safe with me.
Oh, Tony.
First of all, no, that's Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys with
Ain't
Tony.
no, who
Tony,
the
I
fuck
got you.
is singing Alicia Keys to you?
Doesn't matter. I need me a church girl because they could sing to me, you know.
Church girls are not the only girls that can sing though.
But they have that voice, like that's that anointing voice. Why do you think Mary J. Blige sings so good? She's from the church.
Mary J. Blige sings good because that chick been through pain.
You
Pain.
can hear the pain. Yeah.
That chick's been
Pain.
through ridiculous
She's
amount
been
of pain.
through Jodeci. Yo, you know she smashed Case.
I'm not surprised.
So fun fact, bless you. So fun fact, Touch Me, Tease Me, the music video. Mary J. Blige is in that shit like hard body. And it's because at the time she was smashing Case. And Case, I think, was either married at the time or he had a baby mother. He was like he was with somebody.
Got all
And
the tea right
the
here,
girl
baby.
had rolled up because it was on Unsung. Like if you know, if you ever watch Unsung on TV
YouTube?
One, no, yeah, it's I watch it on YouTube.
You know, watch the Charlemagne one.
But TV One has the show Unsung.
Yo, that's like the low key like BET for antenna channels.
It actually no, but it low key is. But Unsung is like remember back in the day behind the music.
I know. Come on.
So,
TV one is the classic.
It's
B.
like that. So yeah, so Cases Unsung told that story about how he was out here with Mary J. Blige, and I was just like, what?
Yo, she like Mary J. Blige like a lot of broken niggas, B. That's the pain that you see. That's the pain that she's singing in church. You know.
I'm dead though.
I used to have a huge crush on Mary J. Blige.
And what
growing
happened
up.
with that?
I don't know. Just you get over it. Her. It was her. Trina.
That's that spectrum is
No, it's the same spectrum. They're both hood boogers.
yeah, Mary's from Yonkers. So yeah.
They're both hood boogers. But I used to be madly in love with Mary J. Blige and Trina. Like madly in love.
Oh, you
Bad
like
as
that
bitch.
hesitation dance she did? She does Mary J. Blige. She hit him with the hezzy like she
that's
playing
the
defense.
auntie. Oh, you stupid. That's the auntie dance. But anything else before we jump into the opening segment? Well, before we get into our superstar spotlight with our guest of honor tonight, what else is going on in the wonderful world of our lives and all that jazz? Oh, my birthday's coming up, y'all.
Uh-oh.
What y'all get me for my birthday?
Absolutely nothing.
Really? That's how you feel?
I'm getting you.
I don't want yours though.
I don't want you to have mine.
I don't want no parts of your nuts.
This just got uncomfortable.
Because he put that damn sound bite, and I was like, that's unnecessary.
That's a good soundbite to have, though.
So many levels.
I
really.
knew this. I knew it was gonna come in handy.
You just wait for it. It was in the chamber.
You know that joke that you
Ha, ha,
say
hell.
the day before school?
Hey,
like,
man.
yo, when someone said this, your mama's this. I'm that nigga.
Yep.
Really?
Practiced it in
Were
front
you
of the
that
mirror.
nigga growing up?
What?
Just coming up with the like, bam.
Oh no. I was a terrible flamer. I used to
What the
punch
fuck
niggas in
is
their
that?
face.
Is that valid? I need you to confirm this.
Confirm what?
We didn't run around the same circles. We were in 2 different schools.
He was out. Y'all was in 2 different schools?
Yeah.
Because he talking about he out here giving people
The
with the
face.
5 finger say to the face.
Whatever he says.
But all right, let's jump into our opening segment. Behind Gorilla's position, we're going to start with our superstar spotlight, and it goes to our guest of honor, Mr. Tyree Taylor.
Yeah.
He's wrestled for Reality of Wrestling, which if you
Yes.
don't know is Booker T's promotion, American Championship Entertainment, which is Ace, out in Jersey.
Yeah.
BWF, shout out to Bronco.
Oh my God.
Side note, you know what I watched last night? Ace Andrews versus Orange Cassidy. That match. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I mean, there's a reason why I was watching it, but I was like,
It
I
came
didn't
on
know.
late night during your tour.
I was like, I didn't know he faced Orange Cassidy. Like, that's
Yeah,
dope.
he did.
Orange Cassidy been everywhere. Like, you have to understand, like, a lot of people in AEW have been in Northeast heavy.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that's been signed, that's all over. Like, when I say it before, when AEW opens up, they literally took a quarter, maybe 50% of the indies with them.
And yeah, that 50% of that 50% was ROH too. So.
Yeah, they took ROH. They took
bad.
a lot from the Northeast. Heavy Northeast, they took.
Sounds in my eye.
Heavy Northeast, they took, like, if you look at that roster, you're like, oh, I've seen him wrestle here. I've seen him wrestle here. I've seen her wrestle here. So I am not surprised Ace wrestled Orange Cassidy because Ace is around, gets around the
Yeah.
block. Like, he be hoeing out here with
Straight
wrestling
thotting.
skills.
Straight thotting.
You got
With the
better, too.
2-man stable that he got going on.
No, faction.
2-man faction champion. Yeah, BWF.
Don't give a shit. Anyway, back to our guest of honor, and he's also wrestled for Warriors of Wrestling. Shout outs to Isaiah Wolf and Marcus Marquis, who are now your brethren.
Yes.
See?
Prolific.
You see, that's
Out
a
here.
staple. That's a staple.
I brought a little
Act-
something too.
What? You
That's
got
a
gifts?
staple.
If it's not for me, you out here bringing
Oh,
belts?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to tell what this?
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh, the new No Limits champion
Yes.
is in front of us, ladies and gentlemen.
And with the squad prolific.
That's it.
What?
That's it.
Yeah, no, it's about
So you
to
guys
be a
can get rid of
problem.
that girl?
Yeah, no, y'all got to get rid of Kylie Jenner
Oh,
immediately.
oh Lord.
I didn't want to get a black girl.
I
just got there.
Immediately.
It doesn't even matter
You
race.
need to put your foot down.
It doesn't even matter race
And you
though.
need to say
Because Owen was part of Nation of Domination.
Nah,
He was
yeah,
fine.
it's definitely not a race thing. It's
not a race
just
thing.
definitely.
It's just Shorty needs to go.
I'm mad you just
Shorty
said.
needs to go.
Listen,
but I'm
I
mad
don't
you
know
on the
about
low
them.
and saying Total Wolf.
I don't
Total
know
Wolf.
about them. I don't know about them. Listen, I just feel like it just fits the aesthetic. You get somebody who fits the aesthetic. Like Owen Hart
She
was
don't
cool.
fit.
Owen was cool
No
because
shade
like
to
how
her. I
that
don't even
Owen
know
Hart was
her.
part of the brothers. You know, he fit the aesthetic. He was like the cool white boy that you smoke
Yeah,
weed
yeah,
with.
yeah.
And you know, he don't say nigga because he knows better. You know.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, when he needs to say yo, they don't call you nigga. You accept it because it's Owen.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But with her, no.
I'm sure she would fit the mold once she's ready to fit the mold.
Yeah, but it ain't now.
No, that's not bars. That's the PC version.
Yeah, that's
the
that's
PC answer you just
I
gave.
don't. Yeah, I don't want to throw no shade on nobody. Answer.
No, that's a great way to say it because you are new over there.
Yeah.
And you're seeing how things are. So you must say the PC answer. I'm not new over there. I don't work with her.
Don't.
Maybe one day I might work with her. Maybe I should shut up, but it's my podcast, so I'm gonna say what I gotta
Your
say.
platform, brother. Nothing's
we're
off
gonna say-
limits.
But
Nothing's off
like I said
limits.
before, good job winning the title.
You know it.
That's a Tiki
Absolutely.
monster.
You saw him
Now-
beat that cookie
Nah,
monster, man.
nah, but you know,
Henny God now. He's a Henny God
it's
now.
Nah,
TK Henny.
It's TK Henny.
It's no longer it's TK Henny now.
TK
After the shenanigans of last Friday night.
Oh.
And I think he needs to change his name to TK Henny though. He's like
TK
TK Henny. If he's gonna be a heel, TK Henny.
TK.
He gonna come out.
He gonna come
face,
out with Henny?
face painted white, a bottle of Henny in his hand.
I don't
First
know
of all,
what
he
the athletic
cannot-
commission gonna say about that.
Yeah,
but
I was like,
It
he
doesn't
cannot
really be
come out
Henny.
dead
It could just be,
president.
you know, it could
just-
be, you know,
the Henny, hey,
no, it could be
Screw
like,
it.
not fruit punch, iced tea.
Nah,
Ice-T, the Arizona, he
Did you
gonna
just
come out
low
with
key
the
try to
Arizona.
call him the Kool-Aid man though?
No, because like if you can't, you know, go out there with
Talking to the
like,
mic?
If Sandman could come out with liquor and all that, and
That
you
was
have-
a different time though.
doesn't matter though,
Listen.
dogs.
the commissioner's gonna say something if he comes out with Henny or a bottle of Henny.
I don't know what the athletics commission gonna do.
Nah, so he's fine. Come out with a bottle of Henny,
Sham Henny.
face painted white,
Exactly.
all black.
Exactly.
Whatever
the same
rules-
attire, but with a wife beater, but kind of like torn a little bit.
Whatever rules the
Torn.
state
Yeah.
athletic commission's gonna have, it still won't stop me from beating that ass. It
Nah,
won't
but
stop.
he-
there you go.
so
TK, whatever your name is now, his new name is TK Henny. You're gonna
I'm
come
glad.
out face painted white because you know why you just lost. You're tired of being because you were going through this whole transition. Let me book this shit real quick. All right. So you go through this whole transition of losing your title. You feel defeated, so you're gonna pull a Sting with the face painted white. You ain't gonna say shit. It's coming with your Henny bottle because you're somewhat drunk. You're
That just
you're
sounds like something Leo would do.
no, you're drowning yourself in your sorrows.
So bad.
So you're fighting your demons, and you're also fighting the competition to get back on top. TK Henny, I'm putting work in for you right now.
And like
TK
how that-
Henny, contact me.
And like the fact that like let's say his opponent is down, like he struggles to drink the Henny because the Henny gives him that power. So when he drinks it, he turns to a beast.
But guess what? This is
Okay.
actually not about TK Henny at all. It is about Mr. Taylor over
Yeah.
here. So my first question to you, or maybe you could just tell us a little bit about your journey, you know, what school you came out of, some infamous matches you've already had.
Okay.
Just kind of giving the fans and the viewers a synopsis of who you are.
I am 8 years deep. 8 years deep in this game, almost 9. Started at Johnny Rod's in Brooklyn. 4 years, did 4 years over there, and went on to Reality of Wrestling on a whim, and call that place home. If I didn't have personal obligations here, I'd still be over there in Reality of Wrestling. That's how highly I think of those guys over there.
Why do you think so highly of them?
The one book is like a mentor, the mentor. Everybody over there, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Bernhardt, those guys right there, the teachers like Gino, Ryan Davidson, all of that.
Sorry.
It's got those guys like that, the structure they had, the fact that we build a whole arena ourselves and did it.
What do you mean build a whole arena yourself?
So Booker T's World
That's
Gym
country
Arena.
shit, boy.
I mean,
No.
Texas, you got land, you
Yeah.
built some shit.
So we were in a little garage before, right? And Book caught a lick on this big old building that was an old department store. And we tore it up. We was his labor. And we tore it up.
He got
all that
free
good
labor.
stuff.
Child labor laws is real out here.
Nobody was under 18. Nobody was under 18.
No.
So there's no child labor laws.
Okay.
No, we tore it
Y'all were
up.
volunteering.
He got his personal contractor on it and built it up, and then we built a fan base over in Texas City, Texas, and they've been going.
There's a
ever
place
since.
called Texas City, Texas.
Yeah,
Texas,
isn't it
Texas.
right outside of Houston?
South of Houston. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And you know,
How, other women have big booties down there in Texas. Other very southern
please.
hospitality.
plead the fifth.
Lord.
No, I'm not going.
You
Oh,
for
you're
it.
not gonna
kayfabe.
plead the fifth? Oh, you're not.
kayfabe, so you can say whatever you want.
Oh, word.
Listen.
Yeah.
I believe if I go down south, I will not come back.
He does. He says that all the time.
I will marry a girl.
The
and
weather
have
over
3
there
kids
will
with-
do that by themselves.
I will have I'm not a big summer
Nah.
person.
You're not a big summer person.
Nah.
I
You
just
like
lo-
shoveling snow?
Yeah, I don't mind
I
it.
don't mind
You
being
don't,
in
you don't
the
mind
sun.
it?
But I'm just saying, the women down there are different. Is this true?
I agree.
Hot take of the
structure.
day.
But
And
I,
loyal. But
but I feel like that's any like part of the other countryside. You know,
Nah, I heard they clean, they loyal,
Yeah.
these hoes.
they got pretty feet.
Don't know about that.
I mean, you know, like, aren't you from New York? Like, you
There's
should be
a lot
defending
of
New York
barefoot.
chicks.
Listen, the
part
proof
of
is
the
in the
problem.
pudding. He's
You're part of
here.
the problem.
He's here. Is his ass in Texas? No. And I ain't dating him. So really, I'm not defending shit at all. Like, that's my best friend. I ain't.
Listen, this is Mr. Black. Their opinions of the New York women that's their opinion. But I love
No one
y'all.
even do
I
shade
never
on New York
doubted-
women.
never do
He
the
just
shade on
inquired
New York
about the
women.
women in Houston, Texas, which I've already explained to him.
New York women can be trash, though. I ain't gonna front.
That's just people in general. There's bitches
Everywhere has trash
There's
women.
bitches in Miami that
I
are
will
trash.
tell you this. I will tell you this. Being in multiple states.
No shade.
Being in multiple states.
Well, she's a good person.
the women in New York, the attitudes
Changed her
are
ways.
amped up tenfold.
Exactly.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was
The
talking.
attitude of being in multiple states, the attitude is tenfold in New York because you just trying to get from one place to another. I almost caught a case just driving down here. About 40 seconds, I almost caught a case. So
Where do you live?
You can tell. I live upstate right now.
Oh, okay.
Upstate, Mohegan Lake, but I work in Brooklyn right now, do my thing. But the women up
kayfabe
here,
job?
my work job, no, my shoot. The shoot.
Wrestler.
The shoot. I do the wrestling too. all
No,
over
you
the
are a
place.
wrestler.
I am a
You don't
wrestler.
have a job.
I don't have a job. I gotta.
Your job is
Can't
to.
be broke out here.
That's
We can't be
your
broke
title.
out
No,
here.
no. Think about it. You're making money from wrestling.
Yeah.
Listen,
No. We're gonna say that because we're putting that in the
We're
air,
just
in
gonna
the
put
energy.
you over.
that is
Don't worry about
fine.
it.
That is fine.
But my question is,
I'm a hardworking man. It's all good.
Quick question.
dark
What is the
skin.
difference in, since we talked about the women being different, obviously, working down south, wrestling down south, and
Yeah.
wrestling the northeast? What is the difference between crowds and the audience in general?
Well, being spoiled by the fact that Booker T's there, people get it. People kind of get it down there. They build stars, so there's a bunch of guys who go like have their whole circuits around Texas and stuff like that. So they kind of know who everybody is. And with New York, it's like people have their places that they go to, but they're not heavily promoting themselves to do that to kind of make themselves up to that next level. There's a few guys that I recognized when I was in Texas because they promoted themselves and word got out over there. Mm-hmm. People like Dan Moff and Marconi, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. There's a very few guys who's generated that kind of buzz other places.
Okay.
So is it you speak about the circuit that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Is it very close circuit? Like, say, for instance, a New Yorker goes down there and says, yo, I want to try to wrestle here. Is it hard for him to get into that circuit? Because I heard on the West Coast it's extremely hard to break into that circuit over there.
It can be, yeah, because the talent is so potent. There's not too many, but the talent will keep you out of spots.
Okay.
Explain
what
that.
I'm saying? So if you got somebody who's white hot, who's doing their thing, and their stock is rising, they're going to stay in that spot or whatever spot there is on the card for a long time. So it's going to be hard for a rookie to come up into one of those established cards.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you get in and you train for even a guy like me who I feel is pretty talented. I was on year 4. And I was on year 4, fresh coming into Bookers. I knew I was talented. But it still took me a year to get on the card.
Okay.
So it was just
On a card in general or just in this Booker school?
on the card. I was in the school, but it took a year to get on the card.
Oh, he puts on his own shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, reality
Like
wrestling,
reality
yes.
wrestling is his school. So
Yeah,
like,
okay.
think
It's
of it
his.
like the HOG,
Okay.
but of Texas, of Houston.
It still took a year to get on that card. So those guys have those spots on strangleholds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. And a guy who has established themselves over here can go somewhere else 1 month and be like, hey, I'm not going to be on that show next month. Some guy could come in and perform their ass off and stay on that spot and be reluctant to pay money to go over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little easier to get on something over here than it is over there.
So question. So what are some of your influences that you incorporate into your ring style? I mean,
Yeah, no, that was
ring
right.
style, right?
Yeah, no, you said it right.
That was so one of my big influences was Big Van Vader. Vader, Mark Henry.
Of course, you dark skin.
Yeah, made.
You mentioned that last
Stupid.
how that
Hey.
people look at the nation, the hood was
Shout out
behind
to the
them.
Melanin
Yeah.
crew.
Mm,
Yeah,
I
of
know.
course, of course.
yeah.
Sexual
but,
chocolate game.
like, it's gonna be a weird one. Ice Train.
Whoa. I haven't heard that in forever.
Ice Train.
For our viewers who may not know, who's Ice
Oh my
Train?
God.
Ice Train was a black athlete in WCW,
WCW,
probably
yeah.
about 95, 94,
90,
who,
yeah,
who was
like-
managed by Fat Teddy Long.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Fat Teddy Long. And
Like, I feel like he was like the only low key, besides Harlem Heat, when they came in, he was probably like one of the only black dudes on WCW's
Yeah.
roster.
Ice Train?
Yeah.
Ice
Like,
Train.
look, okay, so this
Was
is
he a
why-
rapper? Was he dancing?
No, he
No.
was just a big guy and
wearing blue. He was
went
like
through-
Black Glacier.
Yeah. And he just went through the fucking roster every fucking week. It was crazy. But so like, go on the network and look at WCW alumni. See if he's there. If not, YouTube him because that's hilarious. You brought up, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I know exactly who that is.
Yeah, so my style, I'm a chameleon. So if you need me to brawl, I can brawl. If you need me to catch can, I can do it. If you need me to play the power game against a loaded guy, I can do that too. And I'm very athletic for my size, which is 310. So yeah,
Solid.
doing moonsaults and all that.
So let me ask you
stuff.
a question. Like, one thing I noticed is just like a lot of athletes your size are like the typical hybrid video game characters, such as the Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
You, Big Time Yaya.
Yeah.
List goes on. So do you think that this is the era of big guys where like they're stepping out their comfort zone and become more of a hybrid big man?
Oh yes, and also one of my bigger influences because I'm not really like on the bigger guys on WWE or anything
Okay.
like that. More of like local guys who I could sit down and chat with.
Okay.
One of my bigger influences was the Pretty Boy Killers, which is Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. You know, those guys, especially Keith Lee, who's a monster and
That's a
can
big dude.
move as well as a
big dude right
cruiserweight, and Shane who can do the same. So it's like when I saw those guys, they kind of influenced me a lot to keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
So yeah,
So what was the moment when you realized that you wanted to be a wrestler?
I played baseball from high school. Yeah,
I can see
What?
that.
yeah, I was a first baseman, catcher, pitcher.
You could not be anything else.
Be a guy that get on
I'll
base and hit
be
home
blown
runs.
in the outfield.
Right. Oh no, that's so deep.
But I was knocking them 450. So
Yeah.
holla at me.
You were, so you didn't ever put you at DH? I could definitely see you at DH.
You know, they had to let the pitchers. We were younger. They had to let the pitchers hit.
Okay.
So I was close to being drafted by the Nationals, but then the scout that was looking at me kind of disappeared off the face of the planet.
Did he die?
I don't know. I
Shit.
still don't know to
He
this
went to
day.
Africa. Let's just say that.
Still don't know to
Okay,
this day.
no.
Down in Brooklyn. Still don't know to this day. And then,
My man is in the fishes.
What school?
what school? What?
What school were you playing for?
What high school you playing for?
Erasmus. Erasmus
Okay.
Hall.
Badass
What year?
school.
Dutchman.
What year? What year?
Oh my God, that was like 2008.
Yo, you know a couple of dudes I know. You know Kenton off the basketball team?
I'm more of the football guy.
Ah.
So those guys like oh my God, like Felix Small, those guys.
That's pretty big though. You've been borderline drafted.
So, yeah, so
Yeah.
you was borderline drafted. The guy fell off the face of the earth.
Guy fell off the face of the earth, and then I always loved wrestling. So one day I was just like, oh, I'm gonna do it. My girlfriend at the time was just like, you're stupid.
Bitches
And-
ain't shit.
This is
Not
like
all
Shaq.
bitches. Hold on, let's be clear.
Bitches ain't shit.
Not
Are you
all
a bitch?
bitches.
I didn't call you a bitch.
No, I mean,
We're not
I
talking.
can't-
We're not calling you a
She
bitch.
was-
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
A lot of these.
was-
You know what? Let's reframe this. Reframe this. You know what? Let me not use bitch. I'm trying to stop saying bitches, but bitches love when I call them bitches. But we're gonna rewind this.
Not an
A lot of women out there are not very supportive.
The views of the Jobber podcast does not pertain to Tyree Taylor. Thank you.
Women are not very supportive.
Before it started.
What's up?
Women are not very supportive. A lot of women out there,
Talking about how
Especially
that-
when
especially they don't understand the
They don't
sport.
understand. They
When-
talk about how that if I'm shooting, don't text me. But if you text me something, I'm gonna say, "Are you okay?" Right now, my priority is the film. Right now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna text you later. They don't understand that, dogs.
So
Greedy.
So especially that
Or
time.
just respond when you fucking finish. Like, what the hell? It's not life or death.
Especially
Probably
the
that female crew too.
especially the
That
time.
texts you while you're recording, nigga. I'm recording with you.
Damn,
I'm gonna text you.
Probably text somebody while they wrestle.
you feel the smoke? They don't go together.
No, I wouldn't text.
You hesitated. You hesitated. You hesitated.
I probably text after they got out of the ring and been like, "Oh, good show."
Nigga, that was a nasty shirt. You should have got me one, right?
Nasty. What?
But finish.
All right.
Anyway.
So when I first started, my girlfriend was like, "Oh, she lived in Vermont." I was on this weird internet dating phase.
You on blackpeoplemeet.com?
Man,
Black
She
Planet.
was white as day.
Oh, so she definitely was not on that MySpace. No.
Oh, what was that? I
Was it High
Cupid?
Five?
Like Cupid or some shit.
Okay, Cupid.
Okay,
Nigga
Cupid.
said high five.
Classic. Classic.
Like AIM and
Oh.
AOL.
Oh, yeah,
you know
yeah,
the
yeah.
you know
The
the,
chat
vibes,
chat
the
rooms.
chat rooms.
Yeah.
ASL. I was
Yeah.
on that. I was on all
Yeah,
that. I was on all that.
Age, sex,
I was
location.
on all that.
Everybody
We gotta get
was
the
on
crowd.
that.
Everybody was on
Classic.
that. And then she was like unsupportive. So you
Like
know,
many women.
you know, it was a dub.
Keyword.
And then I went to Johnny Rod's office with my father. And
Shout out to Black Dads.
yeah. So my father is he went down. My dad is twice my size. So Johnny thought that it was for him.
He thought daddy was trying to
He
be a
thought
wrestler.
dad was trying to
It
be a
makes
wrestler. And then for those who know Johnny Rods and who've been involved with Johnny Rods, you know that once you in his office, you're in there for about 3 hours.
Wow.
No bullshit.
What's your background, by the way?
I am half black and half Panamanian.
Oh, I could tell.
Ah, do you speak Spanish?
Muy mal.
So that's a no.
Very bad.
That's a no.
He
That's a no.
said.
That's a no.
He said very bad.
That's
The
very
Spanish
bad.
is
Very
bad.
Very bad. What's up?
Your dad's Panamanian?
My mom's Panamanian.
Nice.
Yeah, my mom's Panamanian.
Dad scooped up a
mom's
Panamanian.
side. Yeah.
He's like, ha ha.
You're dumb.
And then paid $500 on the spot.
That's not bad.
Day before my 19th birthday, I was in the ring with a couple of veterans, local veterans.
Like who?
LC El Conquistador, shout out to him. Shout out to God, I can't believe I'm shouting him out, but Sweet Bobby G. And who else was there?
You in a fatal four-way?
No, he was
No.
none. Well, they were there when I first took my first bump.
Oh, okay.
So when I was over there, actually, Big Bill, which is Big Cass, yeah. So
Took what?
Big
That's
Cass,
hilarious.
Big Cass was there. That was his last month. That was my first month.
Oh wow.
What do you mean by last month?
As in before he went to NXT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Baby test.
before he went to NXT, so he was on the ringside
I'll
eating
smack
sandwiches
you.
and stuff like that, and teaching the vibes and stuff like that. So
You
yeah.
gonna cut? Well, I'm gonna talk to you off camera because you think you're funny. My question to you,
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor, tell us about your experience tag teaming with Shane Taylor.
Oh man,
Oh, before you answer that, how you end up being a tag team?
Booker.
It's like, now you see here.
Book's hilarious. Okay, so here's the official story on that.
So anybody who doesn't know, Shane Taylor is one of the up and rising
He's
Current
the
tag
current
TV champion.
for
on
Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
and he made a huge splash in Ring of Honor, honestly, because
Shout out to him, man.
when he was signed up, I was like, "Yo, what the hell did this come
It's
from?"
like, who's this big guy?
Yeah, and then so he's done
Oh,
his
you know,
he paid his
Montezzi
dues
did
in the
his
Indies.
song,
Huh?
Too. Montezzi did.
Yeah.
Shout out
his
to Theme Song
too.
God.
Oh,
Shout out
word?
to you, King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout outs to Shane
Big
Taylor for
Shane,
keeping that
yeah.
the big black guys living in the
Employed.
So here's how the story goes. So when I was trying to get on the roster, and we were training, I had this greener guy. We was doing the match and the training and stuff like that, and Kevin Barnhart and Brad Gilmore were like over there talking, and then you had a bunch of the students who were doing round robins and stuff like that.
What is that for our viewers?
Round robin is you just tag in and out. People get corners, they tag in and out, and then we just wrestle forever.
Oh, so it's just like in football when you put you in the
Yeah,
middle.
it's a
they call the
scrimmage.
Numbers.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
gotcha.
scrimmage. And I did a moonsault for the first time, and I heard nothing of it. I did a moonsault for the first time, but the guy turned the wrong way. So he, instead of turning into the turnbuckle, he turned out into the middle where I was landing, and boom. and boom,
Crushed the
1, 2,
shit
3.
out.
But it was so perfect. He was under like the spot where you're supposed to land, so he didn't get hurt.
Okay, good.
So it was cool. Boom, 1, 2, 3, right? And then the show was like that Saturday, and then Book put me up on like a tryout match, like with one of his guys who were returning, named Rex Andrews, who's absolutely amazing, and he helped me get to where I am today. When after that match, Shane was coming from a place where he called home as Wildcat Pro Wrestling in Louisiana, and we did like a cross promotion thing and stuff like that. When he came up, Book had this idea. It was like, yo, we were facing the brothers Lockhart, and he and
These names.
yeah, and we
the
he's
South.
like, hey, you're gonna be tagging with this guy, and I was just like, oh, I was scared. And they gave us this big old over against those guys who are vets, who are crowd favorites over there, and we kind of killed them off, right? So after that, Book, we go in the Gorilla, and Book was like, oh, that's the 3-minute warning right there. Yeah. And then we had a hell of a run, winning tag champions and stuff like that. It was strictly to learn from him. That's why he's one of my bigger influences from today. Even now, the gear that I had when I won my title, I got off him.
Because I got the same last name.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yep, I bought it off him. So he
That was
helped
at
me
the
out.
Battle Club event where you was wearing it, right?
No, Warriors. On
Warriors.
Friday.
Warriors.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I bought it off him. So he's been a great influence in my career.
All right, last question before we do hop into some of our hot topics of this week. What is your dream match?
Oh man, I'm more of a flavor of the month type of guy.
Okay, good to know.
So that can change tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so
So,
in this moment,
in this
right
moment,
now,
Either Shane or Keith Lee.
Okay.
That match will be something that I know that with our ability, the match will just what did John Moxley say? Paradigm shift for the big dude.
Okay.
Because the reason for his name, the Pretty Boy Killers with him and Keith Lee, was to break the mold off that. You know what I'm saying? To break the mold of
What exactly is this mold?
you know what I mean, the white meat baby face, we're not exactly
you know they
have
look at niggas looking like fine, and they both fine. So
you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Appreciate that.
You
Thank
knew better.
You know, and like Jack and Diesel and stuff like that, even though we're strong and stuff like that, but we're more of the wholesome look, so you can say, and we can do what we do at a high level. So, that's the mold that he's trying to break, that, we can do this too. That's why you see so much hybrids now. And hopefully him, Keith Lee, and myself can lead the way.
Of course, I like that. So more of a, let's not break tradition. My last question is, you listen to rap?
Of course.
Top 5.
What was
No
this
particular
tradition?
order.
You just made up a new tradition.
Yeah, at all.
Every interview I do is an interview. I don't know about y'all, but I do it for every interview.
Top five.
His
Top five
own-
rap. Top 5 rappers.
Yeah.
Top 5 rappers.
Top 5
No
rappers.
particular order.
No particular order. Of course, you got to put Jay-Z there.
Thank you, because if you didn't, you would have to exit stage left.
But no, you would not have
Yes,
to.
you
but-
would.
Eminem is 2.
Wow.
Eminem's 2.
Wow.
He's undeniable.
Yes, there you go. You would agree.
Kendrick,
Okay.
Big.
There's so much pressure in this question.
Who would I put 5 there? And for the viewers out there, Joe Budden number 3.
Okay.
Joey.
That top 5, which one is most heavily influenced in your all? What's that look over it before, son? Which one is most heavy influence when it comes to you as a wrestler? Out of those top 5, which one gets you in the moment to I'm gonna kill this nigga in the ring? Which one get you in the moment where
What's
damn,
your hype song, basically?
My hype song, probably my one is my current one now.
That's a hype.
My current one now.
Which is?
Get the strap, Uncle Murder. His newer one, I hit different.
I hit different.
That's what
It's-
Ken Broadway came out to at
Yeah.
HOG.
It's
That shit kind
it
of
hit hard. But American Dreamin', Jay-Z.
That whole album is,
That whole
is a
album,
different level.
It's underrated.
Yes.
That's an underrated.
I
It's
agree.
actually one. It's actually like on from a 1 to 10. It might be
I
like
agree.
number 2 or 3.
That-
And I
that-
think,
me.
and I think it's
Underrated album.
underrated because it's more of a soundtrack album.
Yes.
So people don't
Of course,
really
yeah, they
look
don't
at
give it the time of
soundtrack
day
albums
that
the
they
time
should.
of day.
Yeah.
But American Dreaming, like,
American
Okay.
Dreamin'. Eminem 3 a.m. You know, greedy stuff. Stop Being Greedy, DMX.
Classic.
Yep.
Classic.
And just grit songs like
X
that, you
gonna
know?
give it to you. Wow.
Yeah. March Madness, Future.
I know.
You know, stuff like that. You know, hype. You gotta get hype.
There you go.
Anything
Right.
else?
Speaking about, one last question.
Well, yeah.
If you could wrestle anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Japan.
Why?
I'm an anime nerd.
Favorite anime.
Naruto.
I was gonna say that.
Naruto. Like, from beginning to end, Naruto.
He didn't even hesitate. I don't even know what the
We
fuck
out
that
here.
is, but
Yeah, you
it
don't need
was
to.
no hesitation.
You don't need to.
We're not gonna talk about anime.
it's not for you.
I'm gonna whole
It's
conversation
not.
with that one.
No,
Naruto.
yeah, I could do that after show.
One, if anyone has need an introduction to anime, watch Death Note, the cartoon, not the movie. The movie's trash.
But why Japan?
Japan, the culture is so live there. It's so it's like a place where you go to know that you made it. You know,
Wow.
You can go from Florida to WWE PC, you know, but when you wrestle in Japan, you know you wrestled in Japan.
Well, they tell me if I'm wrong. The biggest thing about Japan, they consider wrestling like a legit sport.
Yes.
Like the USA doesn't, and they don't disrespect pro wrestling, but
Yeah.
the passion that's in Japan, like they don't speak during a match.
Yeah, here's my response to that. When the United States are so diverse, a lot of things go unnoticed. So there's going to be groups of people who like this, who like this, who like this, and it kind of spreads the interest thin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why overseas and stuff like that, soccer's number one. Because everybody plays soccer. There's not basketball,
Or
baseball,
football.
football,
Cheapest
and
sport to
everything.
play.
You know, or football. You
Football.
know, football. And you know that's why stuff like that's number one over there. While you got baseball, basketball, and football jockeying for the top spots because everybody have the different and stuff like that. So when it comes to Japan, they respect the absolute hell out of it. From the wrestlers to the fans to the promotions, they respect the sport. They respect the art. They respect the craft. From the janitor to the CEO, they respect it. So
That's understandable. All right. Because I hear that all the time. Either Japan or Mexico. Japan or Mexico.
yes,
So I just always find it interesting, like, who actually says Japan and who actually says Mexico, because it just kind of tells the direction in terms of the career that you kind of want to go into.
But when you hear Japan and Mexico, those are both places where wrestling is considered at such a high regard.
Right.
Like a super high regard where you're going to go there, get respect, you build that fan base. And if you're good, you're going to be like a superstar.
yeah.
All right. Well, speaking about superstars and going across seas, it was such a good segue. The NXT debut of Cesaro is happening this weekend. NXT UK will be taking place this Saturday as well. I do believe it's a 2 p.m. start time on the WWE Network. Where he mentioned that, you know, he's gonna pop by and check out what's going on in NXT UK. So my question to you, gentlemen at the table, do you think the UK would be a better fit for Cesaro?
I say yeah, because I don't watch NXT UK.
Talking to the
'cause
mic.
I don't talk NXT. I don't watch NXT UK frequently, but every time I do catch it, such as what's that dude's name?
Which
Pete
one?
Dunne.
Pete Dunne,
You know, Mustache Mountain. Walter. It's very hard hitting. You know.
Yes.
Cesaro and Sheamus that tag team was hard hitting. When you get in a match with them, it's gonna be hard hitting. Like your chest is gonna burn after
Yeah.
that. You know, we're fighting you for real.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, he needs a sense of like he can't go away because he's not injured. So he lost his tag team partner. So
Yeah.
he needs a new direction. He needs somewhere to go. He needs like, all right, it's also going to bring little prestige to the NXT brand. Like
Yeah.
Cesaro's over there, so a lot of American fans are going to go over there. So this is a perfect fit for him, and a perfect fit for NXT UK.
Yeah.
They both benefit each other. They both eat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Wilkins, your thoughts?
The question was,
Do you think NXT UK is a good fit for Cesaro?
the real question is will Cesaro save the UK? That's the real
It's a
question.
good question.
Because, so, Cesaro is a very talented motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Point blank. He is one of the strongest people in the locker room physically, and he's an athlete, pure athlete. You mentioned that his style of wrestling is very similar to the UK, which is very true.
Yeah.
Very stiff, very technical, and it fits perfect for the UK. But the
Drop a tear podcast. Yeah. Drop a tears podcast. Drop a
But the reason why he's going over there is to add some eyes to the UK brand,
Yeah.
which is somewhat struggling because the UK brand doesn't hit the top 10 on views when it comes to the WWE network. And it's a forgotten part of the WWE network. Many people who are listening here probably like, no, that's not true. That's because you watch it. Overall, people are not going.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't watch it.
Overall, people do not go into the network looking for the UK, NXT UK. Am I one to look at it? Yes, I look at it every week. I'll check it out, check out a couple of clips because I love the way that they wrestle. I love the way that they look. Like, it's not a pretty boy wrestling company.
No.
Not at all. It's
Grit.
The guys, most of the guys are like shorter than me. Like Walter's one of the few people that's like
He's
tall.
probably the only one there
Like-
because Tyler Bate is like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, and it's a different look, and I don't think a lot of U.S. people are used to it. Bringing Cesaro over is gonna be like, oh, why is Cesaro going over there? There's a reason why he cut the promo right after. Was it after Raw?
Yeah.
And right after Raw, they put on WWE.com. It's to add something to that UK brand, and he's gonna go over there and do his thing. And I think they should put him over there.
Isn't Cassius Ohno over there too?
I don't know.
I think
but
he helped
he's irrelevant, so it doesn't
He's
matter.
he's not really a big thing. He might be helping training and like
I
put
said
over
what I
guys.
said.
Kings of Wrestling?
Nah, he's
That's
He's
that
trash.
thing?
no. The reason why he never can stay healthy.
He's trash.
That's true.
That's and it's not healthy like body wise because he just can't stay on a diet. Keep his weight down, which is a problem for him. But to answer your question, the UK needs Cesaro more, and he has to go over to add some type of prestige back to that brand. Now that regular NXT is on national syndicated television,
Absolutely.
it's like, okay, guys, we got them there, so we're gonna be working things different. Now it's time to develop that UK brand.
And get it to where the point where
Where
NXT is now.
used to be.
Yeah.
Where NXT used to be when it was like, oh shit, it's the hottest shit on the network. That's the whole point of why Cesaro was going over there. And I'm not going to be surprised if one or two other superstars goes over there as well.
It's the same like how they had Tyler Breeze and Fandango go back to NXT.
Exactly.
Why not?
And I thought it was a brilliant idea. Because
And their real superstar,
Yeah.
and most people won't agree with me, was Pete Dunne
And now Pete Dunne is officially
on NXT. There's a reason why for
because
that.
he moved
Because
to the States.
they
Oh,
weren't.
wow.
They had
Yeah.
nothing consistent going on with the NXT UK. So you move Pete Dunne so he can be used and turn into a megastar.
He can, yeah.
Like he's one of my favorite wrestlers in that division.
Oh, yeah.
Walter is a superstar, but you're gonna need him to be put against other superstars. And what's the phrase? Iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
So you need more superstars down there to elevate that brand. So is Cesaro a mega superstar? No,
He
but
can
he's a
be.
face that people know.
It's a name that you know. Mr. Taylor, your thoughts.
So, what I think about Cesaro is one of the most technically sound because now that I'm a wrestler, I see things differently. He's very technically sound. His foot placement is amazing. And
He's the Swiss assassin, baby boy.
Yes, he's Swiss Army knife, Swiss assassin, all that stuff. But if you're not being utilized in a place and you're just going to be ousted every week when your talent is tenfold beyond somebody, why not go to a place where you could be a megastar in a country, in a whole region that will appreciate you? I appreciate him as a worker. Yeah, some people appreciate him as fans, but they will really appreciate him over there. So I agree with my man Sir here, and he's gonna dominating over there.
What I think they should do with the NXT UK brand is try to get on a weekly schedule, like consist. I don't know, maybe they on weekly schedule, but I don't follow it that much because I usually just get it on demand.
I don't think they
So
do either.
what they need to do is work establishing that brand, like put some more money into it, establishing that brand, because a lot of schools close, a lot of places close in the UK because of NXT UK.
Right, because I think what Trips wants to do is open up a performance center in the UK.
Yes,
and kind of have that.
Isn't
same
there one
formula.
over there already?
If they haven't already had it there, he's working on opening one there.
Well,
is what I know.
they're thinking about opening up more and more, but once again, it's all about setting things up.
Yes.
The talent is there, but they need to promote it more. Now that you have NXT doing their thing, continue growing that. But UK, let's make some money with these guys.
Yep. Shout out to Black Wrestling Alliance across the pond. Let me know if you're going to UK. I want a human being that I know there, live and in color. But let's move on to the next topic real quick.
Oh, yeah.
The return of Total Divas season 9. God damn, it's been
Season
9
9,
seasons. Jesus Christ. So
Sells
WWE
merch, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Are you at the gym and you need something to listen to? Ooh, yeah. I got an idea. How about you download the Jabba Tears podcast on anywhere you listen to podcasts? Because it gives you that. Ooh, yeah.
WWE and the E Network revealed the premiere date of the next season of Total Divas, which just so happens to be Wednesday, October 2nd, which is the same night AEW premieres on the TNT Network.
Ooh,
and
I know
NXT would already be their third week on the USA Network. So Wednesday nights just got a little bit more interesting. But the nice thing about it is that Total Divas will be on at 10 o'clock, so they'll come on after wrestling, so which is good. But 2 new cast members have been added to the cast. Ronda Rousey and Sonya Deville.
Our Lord and Savior. Shout out to Sid, SP3.
No, what we're not going to do is do
That's
that.
his Lord and Savior.
Yeah, like
Who's
not
the
my...
Lord and Savior?
My Lord
Ronda
and
Rousey,
Savior.
baby.
Rousey.
No,
I like
now
that.
you know.
Elevate
Now
the
you're
brands out here.
No.
Let's
man.
we're not gonna
No,
do this.
we're
We're
not
not gonna
gonna
put
do
dirt
this.
on this woman.
We're not
She
gonna do this.
elevates
No,
the
I don't-
brand.
yo.
She does not
Elevates
know.
the brand.
I love
Yeah.
Great
That's
casting.
It's cute.
I love Ronda Rousey.
Shout outs to E.
Now, I think it's a great cast addition. I do. Because
Ratings about to go up.
Oh man.
ratings have already
Ratings
been
about to go up.
fine.
Ratings have not been fine.
Well, because they have... Who was on last season?
I don't
We don't
remember.
know.
All I know, I'm gonna tell you this right now. What's today's date? What's today's date?
What we got? 28th, August 28th,
28th of
2019.
August.
Yo.
I will be going on a date with Nia Jax.
Ooh,
I'm putting that out there right now into
man.
the universe,
That's a lot of woman
Jesus
right there, boy.
and I'm willing to climb that tree.
Boy.
I do not care. I am putting it
Ooh,
out there.
Nia Jax. Nia Jax,
Anyway,
man.
but along
Nia
with
Jax.
Nia Jax, you still have the likes of Naomi, Natalia, and Carmella, who I hope they get into that relationship.
T.
I want to know.
T.
Sipping
I
it,
want to
sipping it.
know.
Cheers,
I want to
bro.
see Corey Graves on Total Divas. Please and thank you.
all the tea.
But I am, as it's one of our favorite shows that we talk about all the time. So the question to the table is what do you look forward to most in this new season? I mean, once
brother
again,
doesn't watch it.
Shit. Well,
I
think you
glimpse
should
it.
watch it.
I glimpse it
a
every
good
now
show.
and then. So
Every now and then.
what think they need to do is get away from this love and hip hop thing.
But that's what I like about it.
Yeah, but there's already 18 shows dedicated to something like that.
No, but there
You know?
not a show like Total Divas that's dedicated to female wrestlers.
Yeah.
That got drama and got shit going on in their life.
Let the big brother say what he got to say. Let me hear you out. Let me hear you out.
You know, but like when you get into a
He's a
relationship,
guest.
when you get into relationships and stuff like that, it's cool if you want to put it on television, but let's get to the hardships of you trying to get back into the ring if you're someone like Nia Jax.
They do talk about that.
Who blew 2 ACLs. I don't know how you do that. How you blow both of them.
Nah, it's
Vince
possible.
did it.
It's possible.
How you-
He blew his quads.
Oh, which is even worse.
Oh, that
Well, no, the
Vince, that
so
was hilarious.
no. So honestly speaking, the way that body is built,
Mm.
I can see why he blew his quads. Because Vince, and I don't know if this is true,
That was hilarious. Oh my god.
It's just that the way he works out, he's stiff.
Yeah.
So you're blowing your quads out. And that's why Hunter blew his quads out.
Then he sat
Twice.
there. He sat there and looked at both of them like, "Yo,
Giving them
all
orders
this,
like a baby.
That's some boss shit.
That's
boss shit.
That's first of all. That's why you never underestimate Vincent, man. Because even when shit is gone left, that nigga will still perform. He still will be like, ring the bell again. They gonna match restart. Like what? Like you hurt. Like how are you restarting the match?
but nobody told him to slide in."
No
Like, he
one
was-
told that man to slide in. That was
There was a perfectly
terrible.
good pair of stairs.
Terrible.
Trying to show off.
But the thing I really like.
Stupid.
The thing I really like about Total Divas though is like it shows a different side of the wrestler, the female wrestler, because like for instance, I really did not care for Natalya at all on that first 2 seasons of Total Divas because I thought she was a complete asshole to Tyson Kidd. No bullshit. No, she got better though.
Yeah.
She got better, and then as the seasons progressed, like her dad came on, and like you just saw a different side, like Naomi and the back and forth with her husband. Like you just see it in a different view.
It also shows.
I
Yeah.
like Rusev and Lana.
Yeah, I
that's
don't like the fact that they got him off.
But it also shows how people who are in the wrestling business dating another wrestler, how that is, and a person who's dating.
You ever
someone
dated
that's
another
not a wrestler? No.
Why not?
One, because me enough leaving and doing all that will take away from whatever relationship I'm in.
But what if you both are doing it?
Yeah.
And then you both understand what's going on?
And we understand what's going on, but we also 90% of life is avoiding other people's crazy. So it's like, we got the ratatouilles out there. and
Explain that. Are you talking about the ring rats?
the ratatouilles.
No, the ring rats.
Have you encountered some ring rats in your lifetime, sir, young man?
But I have witnessed the diarrhea of the mouth from them, and I've also witnessed the guys doing that, which was absolutely hilarious.
Explain.
So, I'm gonna do this nameless. So we went. I will tell you that it was in Texas. So we
Parts unknown.
every show every year. Well, I don't know if they still do it now. They do bikers chicks wrestling. It's like one of those like 21 exclusive.
Does
It's
it
at
sound?
a biker,
First of all, it sounds like
biker
Myrtle
rally.
Beach.
It was at
Sound like
biker
Freak
rally,
Nest.
something like that over there. Where like if the black guy wins, everybody.
It's like a porn.
Yeah.
So
Sounds sus as fuck.
one of the girls.
Think about it, it does like
One of the girls who just turned 21 and stuff like that, and like she wrestled, and after that, some guy was trying to holler at her. She looks 14, and he just came up to her. He was talking. I'm sitting there. So for those who don't know me, I am the pit bull of the group. So it's like I'm always bodyguarding somebody. I'm always scoping.
Like Dre.
I'm always scoping, so he was just all up on her. I was waiting for him to pull a move, and then the promoter of the place came over, grabbed her, and she did like a wet t-shirt contest. She was the one
What in the hell?
throwing the water on the girls and stuff like that. I got to record.
Oh, that's.
Her last name was Garcia, so I can't assume that.
Oh, she
So-
could be my cousin. Never
She
mind.
could be. So there you go.
Oops.
Wow.
So it was it's I've seen it, the IHOP trips. Oh,
The what?
the IHOP, IHOP is like the international house of
go-to.
wrestlers after the show.
Or whatever the closest
niggas don't
diner
eat healthy?
is. No.
After the show, they won't eat. They will starve themselves from like when they wake up till after they wrestle. Because especially me, I do that because I've heard way too many shit myself stories to eat before.
eat after?
Yeah.
Eat before a show.
Eat before a show. You
Eat
don't
before a
do.
show. I've heard of way too
Don't
many.
eat before a show. Eat before.
Don't
don't.
eat before a show. That's me personally. I don't eat before a show, but I've seen
Yeah, like
some,
Vince doesn't.
I've seen some
He's told me
rats
that.
come up to people, come up to guys.
Have you seen some recently?
Yes, but wait, those stories. Oh man.
Too fresh.
Oh man.
But I'm
It's-
happy both was like, tell
No,
us more.
like we've heard a lot of like underage
Oh.
stories.
That's
and
nasty,
stuff
bro.
Like that. Yeah,
That's not. Do the girls tell them that
Well,
how old they are?
I don't know. But once when I'm listening to somebody's stories, it's like kind of doesn't matter, and I'm like, why? Like, so it's like
People got
it's
different
crazy
morals.
because those type of people are one scum. Those people are one scum, and two, what we don't want that stigma on professional wrestling. I don't personally. I don't want that stigma of the underage. You do because we're a kids orientated type of thing, and why are we? It's like when
James Ellsworth out here.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just had. Oh man. There's people I used to know that I only dap and just say what's up to.
Oh well, there that
who
go.
we're from. It was crazy. So like how steroids was like a big stigma. So like
In the 80s.
yeah,
and
in
90s.
the 80s, 90s and stuff like they just use steroids and all that good stuff. And they're all underage pedophiles or whatever. We don't need that. Get the fuck out of my sport. You know what I'm saying? So
There you go.
Nasty niggas.
and
Nasty
also
niggas.
to be devil's advocate, some of these girls don't know how to act. Some of these they think they're 21 and want to walk up to people like they are.
Listen,
I
brother,
need
man.
yo homie.
I
Check her
agree
for
with
ID.
you.
It's crazy.
I agree with
so
you.
both sides are crazy.
Like it is both sides. Like just because the girl is like putting her like underage booty on you, you don't take it. You don't catch it. You block it.
Yeah.
You stiff arm it.
Have you ever stiff arm underage booty?
I just texted from miles
And I
away.
only said that because he said that. So I was
I
saying
didn't
like,
text from miles
what?
away.
Nah,
Like,
you can kind of tell 90% of the
like, for
time.
example,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
90% of the
I
time you
get
can
it.
tell.
Like for example, like for example,
crazy.
Leo, right? When we used to chill, hang out, every time he's like, "Yo," I was like, "She's underage, bro. How do you know? Look at her face. Look the way she carry herself. Look the way she undresses herself."
Niggas just gotta start asking for IDs and shit. Like,
Well,
let
we
me
could
see
tell.
it.
It's
Let me see a
you
passport.
can tell by the way a woman moves about how old they are. There's very few exceptions of like, she might be older.
It's very interesting in the rule, and
Especially wrestling fans.
when you start
Come
talking
on,
to them,
son. You can
right
tell
away.
they're
I think
they're
that's a
young.
sentence. Yeah.
They're young.
like we did the intermission for Warriors, right? And some guy was
I'll sleep already.
right after I became prolific. We did the intermission. Some guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, where's your valet? Where's your valet?
He
I want to
asked
take
for
a picture."
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, he was
Creepy.
old as he was like 60. He was
Creep.
like, "Oh, she's smoking hot. I want a picture with her."
Whoa.
And I'm like, one, she looks 16.
She looked 12.
She's 18, right?
She's like 20.
Well,
She's
hold on.
12.
And I'm gonna this is I'm gonna be devil's advocate on this one.
Yeah.
Sex sells. And
Okay.
it's sad because women's wrestling in Japan is huge.
Yes.
And a lot of those girls are around your homegirl's age who are mega stars. Because I watched a little documentary on it, and they were talking about, like, you'll see some 45-year-old man going crazy over this 19-year-old.
Or like chill.
Like, it's technically she's of age, but it's a little too young.
It's too.
So what's
It's-
the difference? Like real talk.
Real
This is
talk.
real
What's up?
conversation.
only for 2 more minutes, since we
And-
still have a whole ass topic and a whole ass show to do.
What's
I
up?
mean, like that's I understand. Like, I kind of see it this way. Everybody looking on this guy's, 19-year-old girl, everybody going crazy, this, that, and the third. But yet, what's the difference when these grown women go crazy over a 19-year-old man?
There is no difference.
It's like if you're a father and you're one of those kids that did your teacher or something like that. Are you proud or are you disappointed? So it's kind of like
It's got a catch-22.
It's always
it's
going
a
to be a catch-22.
catch-22.
It's always going to be a
Yeah,
double
it
standard.
is.
Like, it is what it is.
So it's like kind of, it's just like when Randy Orton came out, right? He was young. All you girls screaming after him.
no,
But yet,
who was screaming after Randy Orton at 19?
listen,
mad
just because
women.
you wasn't,
I wasn't
does not mean
at all.
nothing.
yeah, you know.
I'm
It
good
was
on
it was a
that.
lot of women
Just
that
'cause
love
you
Randy
wasn't,
Orton.
does not mean nothing.
Randy Orton's a
And,
sex
like,
symbol.
And after that, let's even go back even really to hip hop. Look at Bow Wow.
Oh.
Bow Wow looked like a little boy throughout his whole life. Like this nigga's like
Well,
5'1".
yeah.
They made raps about him. I got guns the size little Bow Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's hard. That's a hard line.
everybody,
Yeah,
Shouts to 50.
like when
No,
it's
Lloyd, that was
bad,
Lloyd Banks.
Everybody
No,
thinks
50,
it's
that was
okay,
50.
but like
That's a hard
Everybody,
line.
and like I'm looking like, what's the difference when a guy is that young?
It's just
There's
that
no
it's
difference.
It's the double standard.
It's just
the double-
like
that's a whole nother podcast.
absolutely. And so we're gonna move right along.
That's
That
a
was
whole
a great
That's a
segue.
whole
I
nother
appreciate
podcast.
you.
Yeah.
Do we have time?
No, not at all. We're gonna run through the next few
playing
things.
songs, too.
So we have the rumor of this week.
Oh yeah.
So the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California, has seemed to fucked up when they posted what looks to be the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Stop breaking shit up. Bray Wyatt challenging for the Universal title at Hell in a Cell, which is October 6th. Once again in Sacramento, California, and it said, and they tweeted that the Fiend is challenging either Braun Strowman or Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell. So my question to you, gentlemen, is it too early for Bray Wyatt to be given this title?
I'll start.
If it is,
I'll start. Yes,
why?
because we just got this slow burn of Firefly Funhouse. First of all, let's unpackage Bray Wyatt's new persona. Absolutely amazing. From the music to the lantern of his head.
No, that's a good remix.
That was bars on top of bars. The guy, his attention to detail is so prominent, and you appreciate something like that. Yeah. So when you just shoot him up to the moon right there, it's kind of like, are we burning the candle at both ends, or are we setting himself up for mega stardom? It's not a risk I want to take right now. Give me that match with him at like Survivor Series or WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or something like that. Give me that. Win the Royal Rumble. You know, something
Even
like
I
that.
want Andrade to win the Rumble, but that's neither here nor there. But continue.
But, you know, I think it's
Too early.
a little too early for my taste, because I appreciate a good slow cook. Good slow cooked meal. You know what I'm saying? Crock pot central.
Okay.
But, you know.
Mental
That 310 tells us that.
Yo, you know it. Hey, man.
Mr. Black.
You think I got like this from Kale? Like, you're
Mr. Black, your thoughts. Is it too early for the Fiend to be given a title shot if this is true?
And we have to understand, everybody knows this. Like, I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan.
I know I need you to talk to the goddamn
So
mic.
either way, like,
Do you think it's a good move for the character, though? But minus you wanting, and I get it, you want to see him as champion, you want to see him reign supreme. I get it. I'm there with you. But is it a good look for the character?
if it was Bray Wyatt, the cult leader, nah, it wouldn't be a problem. But this is Bray Wyatt, another dimension of his character. You know, I always could compare it back to Undertaker when he became the motorcycle Undertaker. He didn't automatically get the title.
American Badass.
I don't know why I don't want to like that. That's one of the that was great. You know,
Best in-ring work.
like I felt
Yes,
that how
I
that
agree
was
with that.
it was it was very believable.
Not his best look though.
No,
Not
I
his best look,
think
but, like,
Ministry of Darkness was
Ministry
by
of Dark.
far.
Oh, that goatee was legendary.
The
was,
Ministry
it was,
of Darkness
you know.
was by
That
far
outfit
the
is legendary.
best.
I got a crazy conspiracy theory about that.
Talk about it off camera.
Yeah, we do.
No, it's always related to it.
Oh,
But
so
like,
continue.
you know, shout out to Undertaker giving Bray advice like, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself.
Yes.
For this iteration of Bray, I just think that I have to agree with you. It's just like too soon. I want to see more dimension of the character. You know, I want to see how far you're gonna take this character, especially with Halloween is coming up. How you gonna dominate the whole month of October?
Also, devil's advocate. That could be just a ticket grab.
Of course.
It could.
You know,
They could put all three of them in the fucking
Of
Hell
course,
in a
you know,
Cell.
shout out
Who
Or it couldn't be
knows?
Bray at all.
shout out to
But
damn,
I
much
mean,
now
just
wrestling.
on the advertising side, that shit is just trash. Like, and people can honestly, if that's not what you advertise, people can legit ask for a refund.
Yeah,
like
of
that's
course.
why you have people in Indianapolis that has season tickets asking for fucking refunds because Andrew Luck retired.
Oh, man.
It's the same thing when you promote and you advertise
That's a little bit
something.
different. That's a little bit
It's
different.
not different.
Did
It's
y'all
the
see
same thing.
O.J. Simpson trip because he just
Oh, he
drafted him
drafted
about
him in his
an hour
fantasy
before
league.
his fantasy.
Yo, OJ was tight.
Nah, that's. I mean, yeah, but that's a little bit different because.
not. I mean, the only thing that saves wrestling in a sense is card subject to change. It's the only thing in the advertising
No.
spectrum that
No.
Sometimes
saves
that's all you need.
No, yeah. card subject to change by one person.
No, but
let me finish.
Continue.
Let me finish. Let me cook for this.
No,
Come on.
I need you to hurry up because we gotta
Go
go.
ahead, Chef.
Come on.
Like I said before, it's a difference between Andrew Luck retiring and Bray becoming champion right away. That's determined by one man, Vince. Someone said that if he wakes up today, you know what? I want Bray to win it on NXT UK. I want Bray to win it on a random house show. That's according to Vince. Now, Andrew Luck retiring, that's according to him determining himself, like, I can't do this no more. I can't carry on.
The comparison was not about the actual person in itself. Yeah. It was more about selling tickets.
That's different because regardless of what it is, though, the team cannot control a player feel like he can't go on no more.
But what I'm saying is the thing that saves WWE in terms of controlling ticket sales is that WWE gives that disclaimer of that's what I'm saying. That's all I was saying. I was not comparing the actual characters. I can care less about Andrew Luck. It's about the Giants.
I said before, I just feel like how that Bray winning right now does nothing for his character. It's kind of like kind of put it in a stand hole that this is the peak of it. And I feel like
we don't need
how things is coming. Yeah, how things coming along. The month of October is coming up. Survivor Series, WrestleMania series. Because I want to see how this sandwich develops.
Let's think how characters work. Okay, how can you rebound when you win? How can you rebound when a character loses? When the timing is everything. So when say the Fiend loses for the first time, how you going to rebound off that? Does his value diminish or does his value increase depending on how you lose and stuff like that? Timing is everything. I just think. This right here, when was that advertised for?
Literally, I think the tweet came out either yesterday or the day before that. But it's for Hell in a Cell on October 6th.
I think it's still a little too soon, especially since they haven't been putting them on TV now. Yeah. So,
because he only pop up when it's old niggas. I'm like, yo, if this nigga attacks Taker on SmackDown, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it.
Hot take.
Not know how I'm gonna feel about that. Or if he attacks Austin on Raw, I'm like, I don't know. But Sir Wilkins, what are your thoughts on this possible match?
You guys are both wrong when it comes to Bray. Bray's character is at a peak right now, and it is at a peak because when you look at his character, he's 100% over. Yes. When a character is at his peak is when they're 100% over. You might think differently as being an in-ring performer and everything of that nature, but in my opinion, when you are over completely with both sides of the field, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, everybody loves you, you're over. Yeah. So, and this is just him reincarnated. We know his past stuff already. And low-key, WWE owes him one, to be honest.
I only agree with you from the fact that attention spans have become so
attention spans, but also this is developing the character, though.
Yes.
When he wins the title, what does he do with the title? How does he develop that?
Yes.
Of him being champion. What do they do with that? Because right now they have him doing in-ring work once in a while, barely ever. He fought Finn, killed Finn, basically. Mm-hmm. Got rid of Finn. Now you're having him being put over by legends. King, Mick Foley. Those are, you know what I mean?
The Randy Orton push.
The Randy Orton type of push, because now you're going to the extra level, the extra top field. WWE has no mega superstars. They need one.
Yes.
So you need to put the belt on him because the belt, obviously we all know, is an accessory. It helps fans understand, like, this guy's the top guy. You develop him that and get him the title. He develops with the title. You don't let him lose the title anytime soon. He must go in that Goldberg type aesthetic type of run where he's just killing everybody because he's the
Goldberg
Fiend.
Also won the United States Championship.
I understand, but I understand that. I understand what you guys are both saying. But we forget, we act like Bray is a completely different person. Like, the other Bray never existed. This is the reincarnation of the character. He's developed the character, and also he has full control of what the character does. Okay. So we need to respect the genius that Bray is.
But this is really the first time that people are seeing the genius of him.
Because they letting him cook. Let him cook. Mm-hmm. If this decides to put this, I don't think they're going to put the title on him. I think this is definitely a cash grab, low-key. But
could it be the way to get Seth off TV?
Exactly. Seth gets off TV.
And give him some time.
You get a dominated, because the thing about it, we never had a champion that dominated in a very long time besides Brock. Mm-hmm. That Brock type feel of when you dominate, people love that. Regardless of what people say about Brock, there's a level of respect you give a wrestler when they dominate.
You watch it.
You watch it because you're like, yo, who's going to beat him?
You watch it.
And then when somebody does beat them, you're like, holy fucking shit. Because him being at that level of evil, the Fiend, and he's destroying everything, you get that one superhero that comes in and stops him.
No.
But that also
I
took
gotta
years
disagree
for
with you.
Brock.
Yeah, and
That
like,
also took
yeah.
years
But the
for
thing
Brock,
about it,
though.
we're acting
And
like he's-
UFC does the
But the thing about you acting like Bray hasn't developed into that.
I gotta say this. You see, this is where you went wrong. Now let's go back in
Talk
Brock's
into
history.
the goddamn mic.
Like, yo, let me go back to Brock's history. Let's go back.
But this isn't about Brock though.
No. Since you want to bring in Brock, talk about he's the most dominant thing in wrestling currently right now. Now let's break it down. Before he left WWE, he went on that terrific streak.
He did a run though. But the thing about it, if you're gonna say that, Brock did a run, boy. Brock dominated.
Hey,
Brock dominated in wrestling.
you are totally in my ear.
I'm just saying, Brock dominated in wrestling though.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. The difference between Brock and Bray, before Bray, the Fiend, is Bray was always losing. Literally.
And this is what I just said. But what I said though
This
is
is
that
reincarnation,
they're gonna reincarnate him and they're gonna throw him that because they owe him that.
They do.
Having full control over your character makes a difference. So go ahead to the next point because that point we're not using it. Next
Like I said
point.
before, I'm gonna finish my point.
No, because that point is wrong. I just denied it. Next point, please.
Like I said before, this is between Brock and Bray. Brock was winning and dominating. The only bad match he had was against Goldberg at WrestleMania. That's the only thing he had. So he left with prestige. And Brock carried his name to New Japan and became the world champion. And Brock dominated in UFC. So he had that pedigree coming back in. So he could afford to lose to a Cena. He could afford to lose to Triple H. But he still had that Brock is still dying because he had so much streaks of winning. Then they put him back on the map by beating the streak. Him being CM Punk. Doing all these little stuff to build that character he is right now.
But
Bray,
also from his beginning, when he powerbombed Spike 14 times,
exactly.
there was still an aura of who can beat him
Exactly.
from there.
But that's
And
what
also,
I just. But hold on.
So,
Hold on. Because I just said that. I just said you put him in position to dominate. You make him an animal. You make him the creature that everybody is scared of. You put the title on him. You add that level of prestige, and that's what you talk about long-term booking. Because now he's gonna be killing the division. And then that's what I said. Dominate because you're talking about Brock outside WWE. I'm talking about in WWE. You bring him here, he dominates on the long term.
I'm not finished.
Okay, so I need you to hurry up because we gotta keep moving forward, and I would love to get to Raw and
But I didn't
SmackDown.
get to finish my point.
I just told you to finish.
Like I said before, I was rudely interrupted. Brock had the background to come back in with say, oh shoot, he's that intimidating. Oh shoot, Brock, I remember Brock from this match. Put on W Network, put up millions of matches of Brock, straight up dominated. Him winning King of the Ring, power bombing RVD through the announce table. You had these moments that made him stand out. Him being him kicking out that move against The Rock and winning, becoming one of the youngest champions during that time. So
we do need moments.
So you create the moments with the title on. So you know what? You're right, and we'll move on. Because you say that you're right, you will move on. Because what I'm trying to say is the same thing you just said. Because you're not listening to me. What I said is that you put the title on him and create moments and make him a star. He broke Finn Balor's neck. So you know what? We'll move on to Raw. One up, one down. Ha 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 ha.
I forgot who show this is.
I thank you.
real lame for that, boy.
Like, damn.
Sauce.
Anyway.
I don't argue wrestling.
Then you don't belong on the show.
I was gonna say, you do argue wrestling.
So you do what I do all the time. Because I'm talking about my points.
So my ups and downs for Raw, honestly, I feel like I really have no disappointment in Raw. I feel like Raw was great.
Yo, I swear we're gonna have to replay like maybe 4 episodes ago when both of y'all was shit on Raw, and now literally the last few weeks I've been like, yo, that's no problem with Raw.
That's the trend. That's the current trend.
Yeah, I admit that. Like, I've been saying that.
I just like that,
No.
though. It's positive.
Let's go back to way before that. I said that, yo, Raw got to catch a rhythm. Raw is very hard to watch. When Raw
No, I
it
get
gets
it.
good, I'm gonna give it its credit.
I just like the fact that now it's a positive intro. Like literally, like episodes ago, it'd be like, "Shit's whack. I don't want to talk about it." I'm like, no, we can find one thing, but continue. One up, one down.
I feel like Raw was. I say my biggest. I say, dang, the whole Raw was everything was good. I feel like I say my biggest up is these winners of the King of the Ring definitely broke everyone's brackets. Like every person I thought was gonna win didn't. Every person I thought that it makes sense didn't. So both King of the Ring matches, even though it wasn't so much in the in-ring, such as with the Baron Corbin versus the Miz, you got the
Thank you.
you got the post-match, promos that you have from Baron Corbin. That was really good. You got the in-ring with Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet. Every moment was enjoyable. You got everything in that. So that's my biggest up. My biggest down is, once again, is the whole, Tyler Black and the whole Baron
Who? I
Corbin.
was like, who? You talking about Seth Rollins? Okay, continue.
Tyler Black.
It's like, who?
Tyler Black.
Heard you, but you just
Tyler
was
Black
saying
and Braun
because he don't like
Strowman.
calling him Seth Rollins now. Sorry.
So,
Okay.
that was just mad weird. Again, no. I don't know. The whole dynamic is just, mad, I
Thrown
guess.
together.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
But see, the thing is that's what we've talked about this plenty of times, where they just throw shit on the wall, see if it sticks. And I use the greatest example of Cesaro and Sheamus being tag team partners in the beginning, and I thought the shit was dumb, and they became one of
You
the
thought it
hottest
was dumb.
tag team.
Yeah,
No,
but they were.
but
They
that
were
shit-
was dumb.
what were that the union group they were in?
that Nations thing where
Nation.
it was him, Del
Yeah.
Rio, and all of them,
Nation of
which
Europeans.
which had it, if they did it right, it could have worked.
It could. I mean,
But I'm saying having Braun and Seth be tag team, it gives me remembrance of when Austin and
Kane.
just random things to kind of build up to that whole either
guess.
someone turning heel on someone.
doesn't change the fact that it's Braun and Tyler Black. Tyler Black, I always said it before, he's the Tom Brady of WWE. You respect him because he's good in ring, but outside he looking I guess.
All right, can I cook on this?
Go ahead,
Let me-
one
let
up,
me-
one
let me
down.
Cook. Let me cook on this. So, I did watch, and my up is that they gave some of these guys time to cook their food. They gave a little time to the ladies match right there. They gave them a lot of time. They give them some time.
Because when they go to commercial, that's how you know niggas got time.
Hey,
And they come back.
Sometimes you need a little time to establish a real story. So I
Yeah.
appreciate sometimes they gave it a little time. My down, I have a real big pet peeve on throwing together tag teams. Big pet peeve. If it's not story wise like Stone Cold and Kane was, like how Rock and Sock, they were thrown together and stuff like that, it doesn't need it. So Rudolph the Red Nose tag team has to go.
But then again, though, I kind of like the Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode mix.
Yeah, but you have established tag teams. You have the Viking Raiders. You have those
AOP.
guys, AOP, who's on the shelf.
Because one was injured.
No, they back. They
They're
back.
back. They've been back.
They've
for
been back
months.
for a little bit.
They have tag teams who because especially when they mix, they match and stuff like that. They have a good style. They tag team wrestling has been shitted on for the last 2, 3, 4
WWE.
years in WWE.
But there was few bright moments in again, one of the best tag teams in WWE. One of two of them is the New Day and the Usos. They held it down for a minute.
They held it down for a minute.
But actually,
But then
shout
Raw was
outs-
trash.
But shout outs to if you haven't seen it on WWE Network,
Dang,
they have this series called Untold, and they have an amazing story of how Team Hell No came about. And honestly, looking at that and then kind of looking back at how when they were a tag team, that was definitely a tag team that they put together, threw shit on the wall, and was let's figure it out, and it worked. And Daniel Bryan says, Kane's both of them, but Daniel Bryan says if he was never partnered with Kane at that time to do Team Hell No, he would have never main evented WrestleMania. He would have never won that title. He would have never been in the position that he's in right now. So I mean, it's kind of like that gift and a curse where where if it works, great. It may work for one person more than the other.
I mean,
great.
it worked for him.
Actually, both of them.
Yeah.
The other guy not here, so I can give him credit.
Well, you gotta give Shane credit because he's a fucking television
But like,
champion for Ring of
I like to
Honor.
hand people the flowers, not send
Well,
the
DM
Yeah, that's
him
true.
and
Yo, shout out
DM
to
him.
Shane Taylor.
He's not
Hope
gonna
you're
answer
doing
me.
well,
He
brother.
may answer
I
you.
see you. Holla at your boy.
All right,
All
so what is your down for this week?
Chopped up tag teams. Like you have established tag teams.
So mad Heavy Machinery didn't win.
It's like, it's like, come on, man. Put it up there. Let's. I do want to, like, little side note. Let's give a shout out to people who are pros, and for that point that they just stick shit on the wall and just let it rock. Like, let's give it up to pros who, if the promoter tells them to wear a dick suit and they rock it and they're over and stuff like that, they can swallow their pride and be over. You know what I'm saying? So
say
stuff
that
like
again.
that. So you know what I'm saying?
Stardust.
I thought Stardust was one of the cool. That theme, I thought him and Goldust could have been one of the.
But it was
greatest tag
Stephanie's
teams.
idea, and Vince liked it.
Yeah, but still,
I mean,
Cody
I don't
work.
think having them be a tag team would have worked, but
Cody made it
the
work.
Stardust gimmick, it definitely had potential.
Super
potential.
He made it work. So shout out to the pros who haven't made it. I remember one time it was me. I was before a match, and we go into Book's office, and him and Bruce Pritchard are there, and Tugboat just passed. Tugboat Taylor just passed, right? So he was just like, "Yo, we're gonna bring you out as Tugboat's illegitimate son."
Wow.
And you're gonna do the Tugboat stuff and stuff like that. And this is like before he passed. This is before it's like, oh, you're gonna be Tugboat's son and stuff like that. And
That is by far the most awkward
And
thing.
I was-
I
was
he passed for a young Tug.
I was sitting there like,
Tugboat is fully Caucasian.
yeah.
Okay.
Illegitimate
black
child.
boat.
Mom's would have been really dark.
Really dark, like superty doopity dark. Like what the fuck?
So
but continue.
They're such actors, and their stone face was like, this might be happening. This might be happening. So I'm there. We at the very end. Bruce Pritchard's like, I'm just fucking with you. I was like, yes. So when I came out the entrance that day, I did this for them.
Oh,
So-
just as a homage. That's a like fuck
So
y'all.
yeah. So hey man, wrestling. I love it.
Nice. Sarah Wilkins, one up, one down.
Yeah, we'll move on to SmackDown because we got
So
we don't
one
have
up,
much
one
time.
down for SmackDown. Let's go.
no. Let's move on. The guys already talked, so let's move on.
I'm saying one up, one down.
No,
for
let's move
SmackDown.
on. Let's move. Oh, for SmackDown, I thought you said Raw. My
I'm
bad.
told you gotta listen.
My bad. Randy Orton is my up, and his attack on Kofi, and also my other up was Ali versus Buddy Murphy. I had no downs for SmackDown.
All right, Mr. Taylor, one up, one down.
Can we get one down order from the rip? Can we get a grip on this Roman Reigns thing?
I don't really care, so it doesn't matter.
You don't like Scooby Doo then?
No,
Exactly.
not really.
Exactly.
I
You
thought
can't Scooby-Doo, you'll
I
love it.
thought of that. That was exactly what I thought when I'm unpackaging this storyline. I thought it was hilarious, but I just thought like, hey, can we get there? My big up is Big E.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big E, we kind of got a glimpse of the 5-count Big E that was dominating NXT.
man.
Mr. Langston.
Oh man.
You know what I'm
African
saying?
tired Big E.
Another big influence in my career. So seeing that again, I was
get it.
watching. I was glued.
All right, Mr. Black, one up, one down.
I thought I had it down with the whole Roman Reigns just spearing
Daniel Bryan.
and just ending it like that. But then
No, I thought that was a dope ending.
I kind of thought of it this way. I kind of look at it like a TV show. It's just like wrestling is a TV show each and every week.
Yeah.
And some endings of TV show I watch, I'm looking like, what kind of ending is this? But yet I continue to watch next week to see.
But
how
now
they
you got
fix
it right. They leaves you a
understand?
cliffhanger.
So I thought it was a big down, but then I feel like it's another up because it adds a whole new dynamic of the storyline to it. You may want to watch more, and I like the fact that they're slowly righting wrongs with the let's say hot lottery ticket.
Hot lottery ticket. What the fuck?
Hot
you talking
lottery
about?
ticket.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag hot lottery ticket.
Yo, that'd be funny if that actually go over.
Son, T-shirts. Copyrighted now.
With the top 5 pick of favorite 5. I can't think of that crap again.
I don't know
The
what
wild
it
card
is.
rule. Yes. That's like a low key like up because like they're right and wrongs with that. Slowly and truly, you know, you don't see this story leaking onto Raw.
Don't
they may
have a
mention
brand
it,
split. Don't
but-
have a brand split. Don't have a brand split.
But
See,
they kind of
but
have to have it for USA.
They need to have
That's a big
brand
problem with me.
No, the issue is really, and I thought like the wild card is a gift and a curse, but the brand split I like because it gives that
like-
brand a definition.
But I like the fact that it didn't like you could tell they right their wrongs. They slowly and truly doing it with each and every show. So overall, wrestling in general for WWE wise was very enjoyable.
All right, real quick, as everyone already knows, AEW All Out. So those that are heading to Chicago.
Hold on. Shout out to Wolf, who's who's watching right now.
Oh,
Shout out to
Mr.
Prolific.
Wolf.
Shout out to Wolf. You heard?
Mr. Isaiah Wolf.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna talk about Kylie Jenner still. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I told him to bring on complaints to you. Go ahead.
Yep, he did. He did. Look, we talked about it earlier in the episode. He was like, "Wolf, wolf, wolf." Like, this nigga think he's slick. So as once again, All Out being held once again in Chicago Labor Day weekend. So shout out to anyone and everyone that's heading out to Chicago this weekend. But if you're not and you're going to be in the New York tri-state area, you can come out to Legends. We will be showing AEW's All Out. It's our viewing party once again, hosted by the fabulous Faye Jackson and the amazing Tasha Steele. So make sure to come out, RSVP for that.
What a lineup.
I'm just going to do a few matches to see what you guys are thinking about. But the buy-in pre-show has 2 matches. So you have Jack Evans and Angelico, which I do believe is from Lucha Underground.
Yep. Angelico.
Yeah, versus Private Party.
Oh, that's going to be fire.
And I feel like we're all biased and going to be like Private Party, but you know. What do you guys think real quick?
Private party.
See? Those are biased.
Good action. That's what I vote for. Good
action.
Good action.
And then the second buy-in match would be the Casino Battle Royale, which is a 21-woman
You know who I'm gonna go for.
match. Oh, I'm already going for Ariel Monroe. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, not sorry. Don't give a shit.
And my ex blew awesome call.
Awesome. But you
Oh no,
have,
no, sorry. Ha ha. This is like vintage vagina jazz.
that's actually vintage vagina.
That's my boo right there. She's a CEO too.
But yeah, so I have Big Swole winning. I'm sorry.
What was that? The bitch is back and the bitch is black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
me
love
some
that.
jazz.
Oh,
Love
man,
me some jazz. She could work me off anything.
Hard in the face though. Low key.
Doesn't matter though. She's
No.
a strong black
You
woman.
see her work?
Yeah.
Her work is amazing.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah.
in WWE.
Especially during that time where Cat was like champion.
Cat was yeah. What the fuck were they
the
doing?
Cat was the like. Oh man, Jazz was something different. Especially with that WrestleMania triple threat match.
Oh, that's a woman.
That is a woman right there.
Anyway, so you have all the black women on your list, which is great.
Except for Brandy Rose.
I don't know why she's even in it. I get it, but then I don't get it. It's like why
She's not believable.
why are you booking yourself and you're supposed to be like the head of the women's division? Like it's just like what? Like girl, I need you to pick a side. Either you're gonna be professional or you're gonna wrestle. One or the other. But whatever. So Rickles, any thoughts on the Battle Royale?
The Battle Royale. I'm gonna go more for. It's probably gonna be Britt Baker winning. I don't want Britt Baker to win, but I want Big Swole to win.
Yep.
But I need her to just get a contract out of this.
I think it'll happen.
So what's the?
So the stipulation is the winner of the Battle Royal will get to earn a shot of the first ever AEW Women's World Title, which I think is being crowned either week 2 or 3, either in Boston or Philly. I can't remember which one it is, but they'll get a title shot for the women's title.
I'm biased because hopefully one of the girls that are in it is probably one of my greatest wrestling friends, Kylie Ray.
Okay.
And oh my God! Yo, she's absolutely she was in Raw as well. Her doing her thing. I hope she, just being biased. You know,
Yeah,
so
no,
shout
I mean,
out to Kylie Ray.
it's okay to be biased a little
We
bit.
all a little bit biased.
Yeah, we're all a
Yeah,
little biased here.
you
It's
know.
okay. Gonna jump around. Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin. Like, this is a really interesting bunch.
So which one does like the he went on an end room did like this and fell onto the and missed.
Oh, that's
That's Darby Allin. No, that's Jimmy Havoc, isn't it?
No, that
one
was-
of those two.
No,
that was
it's
the other guy, Davey Allen. Like
no,
I
it's,
like him.
it's Darby. It's Darby.
That bump. Oh my god.
Jesus. So who do you guys have
You better than
winning?
me.
I feel like how that he's gonna win it because he's willing to die in the ring.
I don't want him to die at all.
He's willing to die.
Okay.
That trust fall thing he did. Oh my
If you're
lord.
willing to do that,
Oh, Lord.
you're willing to die in the ring.
I'll
So
do
I
that
got
on
him for his
top
heart.
of 4 other people.
Yeah, like,
Actually, you are not allowed to ever do that.
like
Oh,
he's
no,
white
you'll
boy
see me.
crazy. He's white
if
boy
Vince
crazy.
Steele can do something like that,
You know
I
what?
can do that.
That
too.
is factual.
All right.
You know
I
what?
saw that,
I
I was like,
personally, I personally know Vince. You are right. I give you that. Let's jump around a little bit more. We have the ladder match for the AAA World Tag Team titles. Where we have the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers, who are the current reigning defending AAA Tag Team champion.
I feel like the Young Bucks gonna take it just to make them not so much focus, like get more talent on the AEW Tag Team Championships. Cause it's not really in the tournament, so it would make more sense for like they keep up that feud up, just to keep them after the AEW Tag Team scene.
Okay.
So, I love the Lucha Brothers, and I do. When I was working at Warriors, that last match I did, one of my favorite things is that overhand chop that Pentagon does, and I love to utilize it. I'll do that before a regular chop any day. So,
For our viewers who may not seen the overhand chop, please demonstrate it.
Who?
Oh,
You can't just do it.
We don't got time. Listen, we'll do it for
Overhand
Instagram. We don't got time
we'll do it
right
for the
now.
gram, baby. But
like
his,
2 minutes.
His overhand chop, and you know his persona, everything he did in Lucha Underground. I'm a huge Pentagon fan, so stuff like that is.
So who do you have? Bros. I almost said bros or hoes, and that's terrible. Bros and Bucks.
I think the Bros are gonna win that,
Okay.
only because that's their promotion.
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself like that right now.
Understandable.
Get some time under it before you start doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Did Triple H win the title right after they found out he was like with Stephanie McMahon?
Low key.
Kind of did.
Yeah.
And just like how he didn't win
And I
the
keep
World
the same
Championship
energy.
on Raw.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so let's not forget that Reign
Here
of
we go.
Terror.
Anyway, Sir Wilkins,
Either
what are
way,
your
man.
thoughts? Bros or Bucks?
Bucks.
I mean Bucks.
All right, and then we'll do the last 3 real quick. Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard as his manager. This is one of the matches to look forward to this weekend. What do you guys think? Rhodes or Spears?
Spears.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
All right.
I do got Rhodes.
Okay. And then we have Kenny Omega versus Pac. It was originally Kenny Omega versus John Moxley, but John Moxley is suffering an infection in his elbow and will not be able to compete. So real quick, who do you guys have, Omega or Pac?
First of all, shout out to wrestlers who work hurt. That's like all of us who put our bodies through this pain to entertain. So hopefully a speedy recovery for him. That match itself for me is just like I can't pick right now.
Okay.
I can't pick right
It's okay.
like because I want to see the action, the work, the story, the technicality. I want to see that. So
Okay. Go ahead. Omega or Pac real quick.
Might be Tupac or Pac.
Wow, that was a probably okay, whatever. And then lastly, we have the AEW World Heavyweight Title match of Chris Jericho versus Hangman Adam Page.
Jericho.
All right, we want to thank Mr. Tyree Taylor. Do you want to give your social media plug real quick?
Oh yeah, the Instagram T_Taylor347, Facebook Tyree D Taylor, and I'm on that Twitter too. I might get on that maybe. Probably.
Do you have any upcoming shows to plug real quick?
Oh, yes. BWF September 7th at Darrow's Gym in the Bronx. All right, I'll be taking on Steve Lugo in a no DQ match. Steve the Body Lugo. Also, I just been informed. I just got the call that I will be in BCW. All right, September 27th. All right, in the Monster 4-way.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Monster
Here we
4-way.
go.
We out here with some monsters out here.
And also on that same card, you have Yaya versus Darius Carter for the BCW World Heavyweight title.
Oh, yeah.
So we will be there live and in color supporting our brother, seeing if he can get this title off of Carter's hands. But once again, thank you so much for joining us
Not
this week.
a problem.
As always, once again, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter at the Job of Tears Podcast. We hope to see you guys next week.
Yes.
Hashtag Black Excellence. Hashtag we're out.
This shit's fire.
It's the Job of Tears Podcast.